Have you ever wondered how communication technology has transformed over the centuries? Let's take a journey back in time to the dawn of communication. Long before the existence of smartphones and the internet, our ancestors relied on simpler methods. Smoke signals, for instance, were used as a primitive form of long-distance communication. By controlling the release of smoke, they could convey important messages across vast distances. Then there were carrier pigeons trained to deliver messages tied to their legs. They were the original airmail, if you will. And let's not forget the telegraph, a revolutionary invention that allowed people to send coded messages across miles of wire. These early forms of communication might seem rudimentary compared to what we have today, but they were vital stepping stones that led us to more advanced technology. As time passed, the need for faster and more efficient communication led to the invention of the telephone. The invention of the telephone in 1876 brought about a major revolution in the way people communicated. This revolutionary device transformed society, breaking barriers of distance and time. Instead of waiting weeks for a letter, you could now hear the voice of your loved ones in real time, no matter how far they were. The telephone was more than just a device, it was the symbol of connection and progress. As the telephone became more accessible, it not only changed the way we communicated, but also how we conducted business, managed emergencies, and even how we entertained ourselves. It paved the way for a future where communication could be instant and global. It was the catalyst for a new era of innovation, leading to inventions like the internet and mobile technology. The telephone was just the beginning. The world was on the brink of a technological explosion. The late 20th century witnessed one of the most significant technological breakthroughs, the birth of the internet. Let's take a stroll down memory lane to the late 1960s, a time when the world was on the brink of experiencing a technological revolution. The inception of the internet was a joint effort by scientists and researchers from around the globe, spearheaded by the United States Department of Defense. This project, known as ARPANET, was initially designed to create a network that would allow computers at leading universities and research institutions to communicate with each other. In its early days, the internet was primarily used by the military and academia for research and communication. It was a complex system, far from user-friendly, and certainly not the vast, accessible information highway we know today. But even then, it was clear that this new technology was set to change the world. By the 1980s, the internet had started to evolve. The creation of the World Wide Web by Tim Berners-Lee in 1989 marked a significant leap forward. It brought the internet into the public domain, making it accessible to millions of people worldwide. This was a game changer. It meant that anyone, anywhere could access information, communicate and collaborate like never before. The internet fundamentally changed the face of communication and information sharing. It opened up new avenues for learning and discovery, brought people closer together, and allowed for the free exchange of ideas across borders. It revolutionized industries from business to education to entertainment, and it continues to shape our world in ways we could never have imagined. The internet also had a profound impact on society. It democratized access to information, leveling the playing field and giving voice to those who had previously been unheard. It has continued to evolve, growing in power and influence, and has become an essential part of our daily lives. The introduction of the internet set the stage for a new era in communication technology, a stage where distance is no longer a barrier, where knowledge is at our fingertips, and where the world is interconnected in ways that our predecessors could only dream of. In the turn of the century, mobile technology made a grand entrance, forever changing our communication habits. What began as a simple concept, a wireless telephone, has evolved into a device so integral to our daily lives that it's hard to imagine a time without it. The early days of mobile technology were marked by large, cumbersome devices. Remember those brick-sized phones? The ones that were more like a suitcase than a pocket-friendly device? Those were the first mobile phones, a far cry from the sleek, powerful smartphones we know today. Back then, the primary function of these devices was to make and receive calls, a novel idea that revolutionized communication. Soon after came the era of text messaging or short message service, SMS. This simple yet powerful feature changed the game completely. It made communication quicker and more efficient. People no longer had to wait for the right time to call. They could send a message anytime, anywhere. The convenience was unparalleled, but it didn't stop there. The introduction of multimedia messaging service, MMS, took it a step further. Now we weren't just sending texts, we were sharing photos, videos, and music. Our phones had become a means to express ourselves, to share our lives with others. And then came the ultimate game changer, mobile internet. The World Wide Web was no longer confined to our desktops. We could browse, search, shop, and connect with people from around the globe, all from the palm of our hands. It was a revolution like no other. From those early, bulky mobile phones to the modern smartphones of today, the evolution of mobile technology has been nothing short of extraordinary. These devices have become our personal assistants, our entertainment centers, our connection to the world. They've transformed the way we work, play, learn, and communicate. Mobile technology has undeniably made communication more accessible and instantaneous. It's not just about making calls or sending texts anymore. It's about sharing, expressing, connecting. It's about living in a world where distance and time are no longer barriers to communication. It's about being part of a global community right from the palm of your hand. In the digital age, social media platforms have taken center stage in the world of communication. It's as if a whole new dimension of connectivity has been unlocked, where boundaries of time and space are blurred. This revolution didn't happen overnight. It started with platforms like MySpace and Friendster in the early 2000s, creating a space where people could share their interests and connect with friends online. Then came Facebook, a game changer that brought a new level of personalization and global reach. With the rise of Twitter, the world witnessed the power of brevity. In 140 characters or less, ideas could be shared and spread like wildfire. Instagram, on the other hand, capitalized on the adage that a picture is worth 1,000 words, creating a platform for visual storytelling. But it's not just about sharing photos or sending tweets. These platforms have transformed the way we communicate, making it more immediate and interactive. They've given voice to the voiceless, providing a platform for social activism and change. They've also become an integral part of businesses, shaping brand identities and customer engagement. And then there's the impact on our personal lives. Social media has changed how we build and maintain relationships. It's made it possible to connect with people from all corners of the globe, breaking down geographical barriers. It's also changed the way we consume information, with news and updates now just a click away. But with these advancements come challenges too. Issues of privacy, misinformation, and cyberbullying have emerged, prompting a need for responsible usage and digital literacy. Despite these hurdles, the influence of social media on communication is undeniable. It's reshaped our world, making it smaller and more connected. The digital age has given us tools to interact in ways we never thought possible, challenging the traditional norms of communication. Social media has redefined communication, making it more dynamic and interactive than ever before. As we look to the future, one can only imagine what's next for communication technology. It's like standing at the edge of a vast, unexplored wilderness, filled with potential and brimming with opportunities. Think about artificial intelligence, or AI. It's not just about robots and machines anymore. AI is seeping into our daily lives, influencing the way we communicate. Imagine a future where AI-powered virtual assistants not only understand and respond to our queries, but also predict our needs even before we articulate them. It's a world where language barriers are broken down by AI, allowing seamless communication between different cultures and languages. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Let's dive deeper into the realm of virtual reality, or VR. It's not just for gamers anymore. Soon, VR could redefine the way we connect with others. Picture this: attending a conference halfway around the world without leaving your living room, or experiencing a concert as if you're standing in the front row, all thanks to VR. It's not just about seeing and hearing anymore. VR could potentially engage all our senses, creating immersive experiences that transcend geographical boundaries. But as with every leap forward, there are challenges to overcome. For AI, the issues of privacy and security are paramount. How do we ensure that our AI assistants respect our privacy and keep our data secure? And for VR, the question of accessibility comes to mind. How do we make sure that these amazing experiences are available to everyone, not just those who can afford high-end technology? These are the questions that innovators, researchers, and policymakers will need to grapple with as we move forward. But one thing is for sure, the future of communication technology is an exciting journey filled with possibilities and potential. As we continue to innovate, the future of communication technology holds endless possibilities.